still chasing fire through the years half slow. Weights on my back, sweat in my eyes. Old man's fight never says die. Old man on the mat, still standing tall. One more round, yeah, I've heard it all. Grip the edge, don't let it slip. Strength in the soul, strength in the grip.
Hey, Old Man on the Mac crew. This is Tony Jones coming at you with another great episode of Old Man on the Mac. I am thrilled to be alive, one day closer to freedom, as I always say. But once again, thank you for all the support on all the merch, for hitting over at oldmanonthemat.com. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for helping us trying to build up our YouTube channel, since we just started that not too long ago. So thanks for giving us some subscriptions over there if you can. Thanks for following us. Thanks for everything you guys are doing. But guys, let's jump into this. I am fired up about this guy that's on today. He's an old school player back in the day. Guys, listen to this guy. This guy, he's a 12th grade government and economics teacher. He's the head boys and girls wrestling coach. So he's got his hands full teaching both of those. He's also an assistant ladies flag football coach. And I think with his award, everything he's done, I think the next one is going to be what puts him over the top. He's a 2-stripe white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And to beat it all, he has a great attitude, guys. So with that, guys, I give you Patrick Calzada, a.k.a. Coach Cal. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing all right. I'm already laughing just from our conversation we had before here. So
it's going to be a good one. So am I. I love that shirt. I just realized that the silverback wrestling, man.
Oh, yeah. So this is where I do jujitsu, and they also have a wrestling club because I can't coach my wrestlers out of season. And so, and so my wrestlers go there, and I know the coaches real well because I do jujitsu there. And so they go and they coach them. I'm allowed to sit on the stands right there beside them when they're wrestling. So we incorporate a lot of the same stuff. So cool. I mean, there's no break then for them.
Yeah.
So it's a great system.
Can you work with them in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it's a different sport? You know what I mean? Are you still legally able to do that or no?
I don't have a choice. Yeah, because that guy just says like, Coach Cal, I want to take you on next. I'm like, okay, hold on. You're 17. I'm 57. All right. We need to take it slow.
You, kid.
They're like, okay, no problem, coach. Next thing you know, man, I got them flying over my head, and they're just like,
oh yeah,
oh my goodness, yeah, we do jujitsu, and then when I get them down, I remind them of how they were late for practice. As I'm working that Americano on them, I'm like, hey, remember when you were late for practice? I was like, hey, you can tap. I'm not hearing it. I'm not feeling it.
I don't have my hearing aids in.
I was like, what? My hearing aids aren't in. What'd you say? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We can fix that. Go to see the trainer tomorrow morning.
There you go. So you will be late tomorrow, in other words.
Again.
Again.
We're just gonna, because we have wrestling first and fifth period. So you're going to be late again. We'll see you on the track after the trainer. So.
Oh, yeah. Get to running, dude.
Yeah. And then I have one young lady. She's a thrower. And, man, she can be exhausted, and she's throwing you. I was like, okay, good. I got her tired. I lean over, grab my arm, bring it right there. Like, so you know, there go my feet. Boom. And I hit that. I'm like, oh. I'm like,
oh, man.
That's going to take a minute.
It's going to take a minute. Well, you've been in wrestling for how long? You've been in wrestling? You've been in wrestling high school, college. When did you start?
Oh, okay. So interesting story. They needed a wrestling coach.
Okay.
That's when I started wrestling.
That's it?
Man, I'm telling you, man. Look, hold on. I'm telling you, I got very few credentials, but the ones I do have, I'm very proud of.
That's right. Oh my God.
So I had helped out because I had done a little bit of judo, a little bit of hapkido, and then everything that I learned from Bruce Lee and Billy Jack. So, whatever.
Man, Billy Jack.
These
kids too young. They don't know about Billy Jack. Come on, man.
I know.
I'm going to take this foot and kick you on that side of your face.
And you know what? There's not a damn thing you can do about it. Man, I was 5 years old walking around cussing left and right. My first cuss word was damn because of Billy Jack.
Because Billy Jack, man. Oh, man. See, I'll get rolling off on stuff. I'm sorry. What were you saying, man?
Yeah. Anyway, because I was about to tell you about that. Anyway, that's all I wanted for Christmas was a blue jean jacket and that black hat with all
the black hat?
Yes. Yeah, with the Indian band around. Is that right?
Man.
Native American band? Okay.
That's what it was, because he always fought on the tribes. Remember, they only had 2, like 1 and 2. They didn't make a 3, did they?
They did. Remember.
They made a 3?
Billy Jack Goes to Washington.
Oh, I do remember.
Yes.
Yes.
They tried to make a 4th one. They just ran out of money, and
And he couldn't kick anymore, man. He had to put shoes on in Washington, man.
He had a walker, I think, by that point.
About it, man.
Tom Lawler was a little old by then. So.
Oh, man. But if you guys ever heard of if you guys can look up some Billy Jack movies, check them out, man. That was what we grew up on. And he had the tightest jeans on and still kicking people in the head, man.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, he's, I think Chuck Norris looks up to him. So, but anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
So I coached football, and I coached varsity football guys, and I'd helped out with the previous coach who did wrestling, and we started. There was like 3 guys. There was 2 guys and a girl there, and I just helped out. They didn't do any competitions. All they did was just go to district. That was it. We're allowed 8 competitions and about 6 to 8 duels a year. And then district, and then if they make it to regional, they go to regional. If they make it state, they go to state. And so the next year, that coach was leaving, and he said, "I'm going to tell you right now." He goes, "Coach Cal is the person you need in charge of that program." So brought me in, interviewed me, and I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So I met one of the coaches in our district. Coach Wade Cribbs, he's the defensive coordinator and the head coach over at Benbrook High School, Fort Worth ISD. And he sat me down. He just said how bad our programs were in Fort Worth ISD for wrestling, and we hadn't built up and everything else. And I was just like, "You tell me what to do, and I'll work my best to get it." And so, taking what I already had learned, I started working. We had 4 moves. We had 4 basic moves, and that is what we worked on. We perfected those moves. Really? And so, we got the half Nelson, we got cow catcher, we ran the butcher, and then the hip toss. We did those. That's what we did. We did it well.
Just ran on those.
That's it. Yeah, and then of course escapes for our defense. Yeah. And that's what we worked. And I was on the mat with them, working, and went and recruited. That next year, we wound up having 8 wrestlers. So 4 guys, 4 girls. And we sent our first 3 to regionals the very first year I took over. And then, yeah. So 4 moves.
Wow.
Now I can't do that now. I'm telling you that. Oh man, you can't go in with 4 moves now. So then the following year, recruited more. Had a full girls 12 ladies.
Wait, the following year?
The following year had a full team of ladies, and then we had 8. I think it was 8 guys. And then we went to regional again, took 4 to regional, 4 ladies to regional, and then we had a young lady go to state. And so she made it to day 2, didn't make the platform. She said, "Next year I'm going to make it on the platform." And she's a junior, going to be a senior now. Following year, same thing. Full ladies team. We have 10 guys now, and we have 5 on JV boys. So we have 15, 12, so 27 wrestlers. And then we had other wrestlers who were just, they were ineligible for grades or whatever. So we had about 40 kids out there rolling around. Man. Yeah. So from 3 to 40, in 4 years.
That's amazing, dude.
So then she went and, wound up placing 5th in state. And, so it was, and then I had one of my young ladies, she actually headed up and got a scholarship for Illinois Wesleyan. And so she's been wrestling this year at Illinois Wesleyan, the ladies team. And now my state wrestler, man, she got the Chancellor Scholarship at TCU. They don't have wrestling there.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got the Chancellor Scholarship. I mean, you can't pass that money. So
wow, you take it and run, man. That's good stuff, man.
But anyway, we're headed. This year we took 5 to regional this year, and took my freshman girl, my 190, went to state. Now she was out, she was out early, but she's a freshman. We got 3 years left, and and then our other ones are picking up. So so now state is the goal every year.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So from 4 moves, and, that's kind of how we've developed. So we
from knowing nothing about wrestling, knowing nothing about to build a program, you built this on your own, in essence. All the way. Now, what was your challenge doing it? I mean, was it more of, or I shouldn't say challenge, or how did you do it? Because you didn't have you had the 4 moves. Was it just teaching these kids drive, and you use your drive to help them, kind of thing? You know what I mean? Because wrestlers, man, you guys have a different type of mentality, a strong drive through, push through, everything, and you had to teach them that. So how'd you do that?
I getting on the mat myself with them, and first of all, they forget my age, so that's the big thing.
That's good.
And then lifting and working out. I'm working out right beside them, right alongside them. And also, I have a autoimmune disease. Mm-hmm. And so it's one of those things where my body doesn't respond well to a lot of things. Right. And so, and I just tell them, I said, if my body can do this, your body can do anything. You get to be, the great thing, win or lose, man, we're on this side of dirt. And so I just push and motivate with what motivated me, and man, relationships. Let me tell you something. With these kids these days, it's all relationship. That's what it is. So if there's some coaches out there that make me cringe, and I just see them just like, what the fuck are you doing? I can't believe, just like, like I want to say that, but man, we're in front of everybody.
Right?
I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to walk away, coach. Let you have your moment.
Smile and nod, smile and nod.
and then the other thing is I hire good assistants. So, and that is so my current assistant right now has been doing wrestling since he's 25, and he's been doing wrestling since, and jiu-jitsu since he was about in the 10th grade. Oh, man. And so he's been doing it for some years. Yeah. And so that's how we start adding all the stuff on top. And so one of the adages that I go by is never be the smartest person in the room.
There you go.
If I'm the smartest person in the room, there are problems.
Yeah.
There are problems. There are a lot of problems.
Your award you got there, man.
Hey, I mean, I'm not trying to constantly bring it up, but I'm just going to say that there are problems. If I'm the smartest
guy. That's awesome, man. But you know what? That says a lot too. If you can learn from other people, you have to be willing to learn from somebody else, to move on in life. Because remember, they've been where you're trying to get, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
And so this year, it's been a year now. Last year, March, I was just like, I really want to get involved with these kids even more. Like I really want to get down on the mat with them at their level. And I needed to lose weight. And I was just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start doing jiu-jitsu. And so my wife, she came with me that first day. She did it with me for about a month, but she coaches tennis, and she's just super busy.
Yeah.
So she just doesn't have time for it. And,
no, I get it.
So last March, I started doing jiu-jitsu, and man alive, it has taught me everything that I have, the mental toughness, the additional mental toughness of what it takes, when I'm in my second roll of 5 minutes, and the kids now see me doing it. Yeah. They're like, yeah, okay, if coach can do this and he's got 5 minutes, he's been on the mat 5 minutes, I can go 2 minutes. Yeah. I can go 4 minutes. I can go 6 minutes. And so it's just, and so now they kind of just like, so as we get people in, it's just like, you've seen Coach, well, you're like, no, I haven't seen Coach Cal. Well, then you need to come to do jujitsu with us, you know, or you need to come to wrestling with us because they do wrestling Mondays and Wednesday nights. It's like, well, you should be at wrestling anyway, getting more training. I mean, so the kids are the best recruiters. I just, you know, I stand there, I was like, they'll talk to them, they'll show them moves on the mat. So when we get incoming freshmen, they're right there. We have a mat rolled out and they start showing them moves. They let them do it on them. And they're like, yeah, that's why you need to join wrestling. It's great. It's exciting. I mean, they're all excited. And this is my job at the end of it. It's like, hey, I'm Coach Cal.
Oh, man.
So they teach all the kids everything and they let them do the moves. You know, so at the end of it, I just, like I said, I just walk up and I just like, hey, my name's Coach Cal. Can I get your name, cell phone, and student ID? I mean, that's my job.
That's
I
it.
mean, that really is my job.
You're working hard, man.
I'm just standing there like this, man. Kids are flying over my shoulder. I'm like, oh yeah, they're fine. They're all right. It's like, hey, don't they need a waiver? They're all right, man. They're okay. They look like an athlete. Yeah. It's just like, I think his arm's out of place. One of my wrestlers will fix it. Don't worry. They know how to do this.
But you know what, man? You created that environment, man. You created the environment that the kids want to have guys on that team. You couldn't have done that if you go try to talk to some guys and may put them, you know, like, he's just trying to sell his program. But because you built these kids up so much that they love what you're doing, man. So they're going to sell it all day long, man.
Yeah, it's just what, you know, it's everything. It's in your businesses. It's on everything you do. It's relationship.
It's everything. Listen,
relationship is key. If you, you know, like, I don't care how good somebody's system is, man. If they're an asshole, I don't want anything to do with it. I mean, that's just putting it bluntly, you know.
Yep.
You know, I don't care how many awards you have of this. If you're not a good person, you know, you
could be a retard. Oh, you got to get me a picture of that. So when we put this out, I want that to be one of the pictures.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, man, it's amazing. Yeah. So,
well, let me ask you, how big is that school out there? How big is your school you work at out there?
We are last in enrollment check. I think we're at 1841.
Oh, okay,
so we're a good 5A school.
Yeah, big time.
So, but we compete against, you know, a lot. But when we do our tournament, so anyway, like I was saying, so now we do 8 tournaments a year. We do at least 6 duels a year, and then district, regional, and then, you know, our goal's always state. So, but because of our program, Benbrook's program, and Pascal's, another Fort Worth ISD high school, now other high schools in Fort Worth ISD, they're catching on. They're like, okay, this is the sport. This is the sport to grow. And they realize and not only that, but it's girls wrestling. Girls wrestling is,
you know, that's what I was going to ask you about that. When did that take off? I know over time, well, it used to be all a guys sport. We know that. Just like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just like martial arts, used to all be guys. When did you start seeing the women really picking up in this sport wrestling? Because it's getting huge for women.
I think that when I stepped in as a head coach, 5 years ago, I think that's when, like, it was at the beginning of it, because the last 2 years, it has exploded. I mean, it's exploded. So last 2 or 3 years, it has gone crazy. And man, these girls are wrestling year round. You know, they go to their camps, they go to their schools, they go to, you know, they go everywhere. And they're in all of the USA wrestling tournaments. You know, they're going to Fargo. They're, you know, like, I have a couple of girls. I have several of my girls, and some of my guys, you know, they go to, you know, state, then they go to NEA, then they go to Fargo, and, you know, or regionals, nationals, you know, and everything else. And so it's just, and once again, it feeds on each other. These kids see what the other ones are doing, and they're like, I want to be on that. And and the great thing about wrestling, it is the great equalizer.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
You know, you can be on a soccer field and not be a great soccer player and sit the bench. Yeah. I mean, that's just facts.
Yeah.
But and that's one of the things, we'll take the rejects. And I even tell coach, I say, you give me your bench warmer, we'll never see the turf. I said, I'll take them. And we'll turn them into a varsity wrestler.
Wow.
And sure enough, and it's believing in the kid too,
But yeah.
believe in the kid believes in themselves, and then they turn that, they make, once again, they create the system.
Okay.
And then they have all these other wrestlers who come around them, and they're just like, it is one of the most positive environments that I love being in. Kid will do something, throw a kid or whatever, they're like, yeah, all right, yeah, high fives and everything else. I'm like, guys, we still got practice.
We still got things to do.
we got shit to do still, man. Let's go. Let's speed this up,
Right.
But but that's the environment that I have allowed them to create. Once again, it's what they have created, and it works. And so
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that is cool, man. But like, hey, you created that environment, because they wouldn't feel comfortable to do all that if it wasn't for what you did. Now, how did you? Let's back up. How did you get this kind of drive, this kind of positive mentality? Was it from when you were a kid, your dad, your mom, someone programmed, but we've all been programmed. But, put that into you? Or is this something you learned from over the years of reading and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, man. First of all, I don't like it when people blame their parents. You know what? Our parents are our parents. They're going to make, just like us, just like me, I make good decisions and I make bad decisions.
All the time,
and that's
brother.
What happens. That's life.
All the time.
That's life. And, and it took me a while to accept that. But, I accepted it. I look back and I'm like, okay. My parents divorced like when I was about 13 years old. And then I took over. So nobody asked me to. Even my mom tells me, I didn't ask you to. I was like, yeah, I was the oldest of 3 boys.
Oh, wow.
And I did everything. My mom's going to nursing school. I'm ironing her clothes. I'm cooking for the kids, for my brothers. I'm driving them to school. I got a hardship license, so I could drive to school, drive to practice, pick up my brothers.
Oh, man.
And so, I just grew up real fast. And so I learned responsibility at an early age. And I played sports. And so I worked a full-time job. I mean, a part-time job. I played sports full-time. I played football, played baseball. And then I took my brothers and watched over them. And so that discipline, and then of course life lessons in there. So I was 17 years old and I was working at Stanley grocery store. It's out of business now, but I was working at a grocery store. And so I did one of these things, and my mom goes, "Hey, don't you go to work? Don't you work today?" I was like, "Oh, I quit." She goes, "Oh, okay. Hey, when'd you give your 2-week notice?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't. I just did. I quit showing up." She goes, "Get in the car." My mom drove me to Stanley's grocery store, and she said, "You figure out how you're going to tell them you're going to work this shift." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So then I went in there. I was like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I forgot." Like,
had to do
we
the
were wondering where you were at. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here." And they're like, "Oh, okay, go clock in and get, this was what we were like, okay, here we go. And let me get to work."
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, from that day, I learned always give a 2-week notice.
Yeah.
At 16, 17 years old, I learned that. And that, it's one of the things I tell my kids. All my stupid mistakes I use in my classroom to teach my kids of what to do. And then of course, I spent some time in the military and went over to Persian Gulf. And came back, and I did not know. And the reason why I bring up the Gulf specifically is that they have toxic chemical syndrome and all that. And I wound up catching ulcerative colitis. My body wound up having ulcerative colitis. And so basically what it is like sores and ulcers in the colon. And so, one day I just started pooping a lot of blood, and I couldn't figure it out. Went and had it checked out, and they're just like, "Oh, maybe you just, they just thought it was like a little ulcer that I had." I'm like, "No, I'm fine." Anyway, in November of 2017, I wound up going to the hospital, and I did not check out until January, like 23rd, 26th, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. So I had,
man.
Yeah, so it had gotten bad, and eventually they had to, remove a large portion of it in January. I had to learn how to walk again, and so I had to have PT to learn. I had to learn how to stand, how to walk, And so all of these things, so all of these things that just, life has thrown at me, I've been able to, to do that and figure it out. And that's kind of the big thing. So one of the big things I was saying is that, it's always me, 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 me. I did this, I did this, I did this. And then eventually, fast forward, I'm teaching, I'm coaching, April 17th of 2022. I gave my heart to Christ, and
praise God, man! Welcome to the team. I love it, brother.
Man.
That's a big team. I love it.
And then I found out, guess what? It ain't me. It ain't me.
It ain't, brother.
No, it's not. And that was the craziest thing. It's just, and I know, and I wrestle with that whole idea. It's like, but where was God when all of these things? Like, yeah, you know what? He was right there.
He just
right
had no clue, brother.
Yeah, I just had no clue.
Yeah,
I had no clue. I thought it was just me self-sustaining it, and no, it wasn't. It was him. And so,
brother.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of rough edges on me still. And so,
come on, man. I tell everybody, man, we're supposed to be like Jesus. We're not supposed to be Jesus, man. We can't be Jesus, brother.
Yeah, exactly. I can get as close as I can, but man, I'll never be like that. So,
brother. I got to tell I studied to be a minister also, and I didn't go all the way through. And I always tell everyone, I say, God said, hey, Tony, listen, I'll let you into heaven, but with your past, you ain't leading nobody. Just welcome. Come on.
let's just go on. Hey man, it's gonna be a one-on-one journey with me.
You just come on.
I was just like, all right.
And that's it, brother.
And I think, and I think there's just a lot of people, and I'm just going to say this about you, just knowing what little I know about you from everything I've listened to and have read, you influence people. People are walking the path. People are walking the path. And that's why on this side of heaven, we won't ever know the people we have influenced until we're on the other side.
That's right.
And then I think one of the greatest things outside of seeing Jesus is going to be, hey, I want you to see who's here because of you.
Man.
And I think it will, our human minds cannot fathom.
We can't fathom it. Look at, I got goosebumps, man. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, same here. That's what I'm saying. I got the same thing. Yeah. Because we won't. We don't. We have no idea who we're influencing. And so,
man.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, man. That hit home. That hit home. I appreciate you saying that, man, because it's so true. And a lot of times we get down or we don't want to do, I won't say do the right thing, but like, even when you don't feel like exercising in the morning, you don't feel like getting up, you don't have the energy to go out. I don't want to go do this. I don't want to go do that. And you still get off and you go out there and do it. And I always believe it out there. There's a reason for me going to that grocery store. I believe it. There's a reason for me going to this gas station instead of that gas station. I don't think about it a lot, but I just know I'm supposed to be there for whatever reason, and God will lead us to where we need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I forgot my keys, had to turn around, come back. Number one, I don't know what I've avoided, but I'm also where I'm supposed to be at that moment. So
exactly. Because I tell you, I used to, man, get so upset because I like to be on time for everything. I got to be on time. And I used to, like you said, forgot my keys or I forgot to grab this, had to turn around. I get so hot and bothered by it. And then I just realized one day, I don't know if I maybe read it in a book somewhere, because I love reading those positive imaging books back in the day. And it was something about talking about, hey, that happened for a reason. Either it prevented you from being in something bad, or it's slowing you up so you can get your blessing. I'm like,
yeah, and my wife teaches me all of that. So,
oh man,
yeah, I totally outkick my coverage. Let me just say that.
I was going to ask you.
Oh man, so funny story about that. So we have one of my wrestlers. She's a cute young lady, and she's I found out she's dating one of my wrestlers, which I don't like. Don't get me started. Anyway,
I get it.
And man, you know what? And he's a great kid. Like, he's smart, good kid. That dude's just not great looking. Man, he's not. And I will be the first to admit it to you. And then I was just like, man, I said, how in the world is Jalen going out with that ugly? Wait a minute. Hang on just a second. My wife is going out with a not so great looking dude. Michael Hernandez, you go out with that girl. Don't let anybody deny you of your dream, my man. You do whatever you want. I was just like, because that woman cuts me loose. I don't know what I'm going to do.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go work at the shelter or something.
Oh, man, that is awesome, man. Hey, since we're on that subject, how'd you meet your wife, man? How'd you meet her?
Met her at school. So I was working. I was a manager before, and so COVID hit 2020.
Okay.
And I had my master's degree. I taught college before. And,
wow. Okay, yeah.
In Oklahoma. But the thing about teaching in public school, you have to have certification. Well, that meant I had to go back to school. I was like,
gotcha. Even though you were a college professor, the whole thing, you had to do all that over again.
Gotta have that teaching certificate. Yeah, it's crazy. So COVID hit, and then in March they released the kids, and then during that time frame, people were leaving teaching. So they're leaving in droves. Well, then the governor of Texas at the he still is, Greg Abbott. He put in a governor's order that as long as somebody is aligned in or part of a teaching certification program, they can actually start teaching and do the program at the same time.
Okay.
And so I joined up, started working on it, and then got hired at South Hills where I teach and coach at. And so this is my 6th year there, which is crazy. I just blinked. 6 years have gone by.
You did so much in 6 years there, man. Yeah. Gosh, darn it.
So, so I started doing that, and made it my first year. Second year, that's when I started coaching football. Well, we have what are called teacher coaches and instructional coaches. And what they do is they come in and they work with new teachers, and then they help them, because a lot of them have never taught before. And so they kind of give them, some guidelines and stuff like that. Well, she said, I said, why don't you come watch me teach sometime? And she was just like, oh, okay, I'll be happy to. And I was just like, oh, yeah. And I'm thinking all my college experience, I'm like, I'm going to show her how a teacher works, man. I said, so I'm over here. And I'm just going left and right and explaining. And man, I've got everything written out, drawn out. I've got all these slides. And I'm just like, man, I said, she is blown away by this. And so we meet afterwards. She had 4 pages of what I could do better. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. She just like shredded me. I'm like,
oh, my
what?
gosh.
And and she said, she goes, if it was the Patrick show, it would be the #1 show in the world. But you're teaching kids. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I learned a hard lesson. And so, but with that, okay, well, let me show me what to do. And then we had a lot of discussions about that. And I was just like, oh man, she's pretty good looking. So, I asked her like sort of out several times, and she just no. And then finally, man, like, oh, I even went to pick her up from the airport. Yeah, she had a ride fall through, and because her plane got delayed and her ride couldn't pick her up the next day. So I was like, oh, I'll come pick you up. So I went and picked her up, and it was her best friend and her husband, and where I parked at I was in front of somebody else's house, and it was an older couple, and he gets out of the house. They're getting ready to leave, and of course, he's giving me that, Clint Eastwood, look. I'm like, it's like, get off my lawn. So I'm like, let me move my truck. So I get in my truck to move it. Well, when I do that, they all walk into her house. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I just left. So I drove off.
I wasn't invited. Bye.
She gives me a call. She goes, where'd you go? I said, I'm heading home.
Yeah.
She goes, why didn't you come in? I said, I don't know who those people are. I said, man, this is Texas. I said, man, I'm going to go in there, man. That guy's going to have castle doctrine, and they're going to be carrying me out in a body bag. There's no way I'm going in there. I don't know who they are. So, and then eventually, we went out, and we started going out, and wow, it catches you off guard. so we had a lot of talks about, the Lord and everything else. And then we started dating, and I said, you know what, I'll make you a deal. I said, on your birthday, because where we both attend church now, they also have it online. And so we started watching it online. I watched it, I said, I'll tell you what, on your birthday, I'll go with you to church, She said, all right, good. So it was April 17th, 2022. I walked in one way, and man, fell to my knees and walked out a completely different person. So so once again, you have no idea what's going to happen, what's in store.
Yeah, buddy.
So
yeah. Oh man, that's a good story, man. I like that, man.
So
oh man,
she's incredibly supportive though. So
that's cool, man. For her to go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with you on your first try, that says a lot too.
yeah. So she's way smarter than I am. So
aren't they all, brother? Trust me, I know, man.
Yeah, they all are. So but man, I tell you what, she can play tennis. I don't know, she smokes me in tennis. And
you still play tennis too, dude? You play still?
Well, hold on. I play when she plays. Let's set the boundaries on that one real fast. When she plays and I'm feeling up to it, I go and play.
There you go. Going to hang out with us, Mr. Quality Time. I get it. I get it.
It's quality time. So we're there, and now I've been going a while, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, hey, grab me with your right. It's that. Do you remember that scene? Did you ever watch Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Hey, remember that scene where he's like, grab my arm. No, my other arm. No, my other arm. Yeah, it's that. It's like, okay, grab me with your right hand. Okay, now grab my right hand. No, my right hand. No, my right hand. And then I got to grab it and I got to pull it over.
Put it on that side.
Now put it in your pocket. It's just like, oh, okay. And then she gets, it's just like, oh, I can't do this with you.
I
know. But yeah, so yeah, we have that. And, but she still comes occasionally. And,
that's cool.
She's just
man.
She's pretty supportive. She's pretty amazing, and she's supportive, and she lets me. So now my next goal is I've gone and watched some of the guys from our dojo there go to and compete, and I think that's my next goal is to
all right.
Yeah. So now I want to actually. So I talked to one of our professors. I was just like, hey, go ahead and. I'm going to take some private lessons in the summer, I think, and then I'm going to be like, hey, I think I want to at least give it one shot. So
what is going to hurt? Well, it can hurt a lot, but I mean, ego wise,
yeah. Oh man, I keep hearing it's like I'm going to get that 45-cent medallion. That's what I'm shooting for as I'm in a sling. So
in a sling.
I've heard all that. So
oh brother, tell me if let me give you some advice. At our age, tap soon.
Oh man, I do. Man, they start putting mother's milk on me, and I'm just
oh my God, mother's milk. I know, man. They call me the tapper because I tap so fast.
They're like, it's like I didn't know if you were hitting me or tapping me. I said no, I'm doing both because I wanted you to feel my tap. That's all I know. And so, I was going to tell you. So, man, I've been watching Jerry Coleman.
That dude does them all.
Man, he is. Oh, and if I ever make it up to Tennessee, so I was going to use this format after watching. So it's a kind of a mixture of watching Angel Medina and all that. So I was like, let me tell you something, Jerry. You think you run Tennessee, brother, but when I come through there, I'm probably going to tap to you also. But yeah, if I ever head over
there you go.
If I ever find myself in Tennessee in this area, man, I'm totally gonna go in there and
you
see
should,
if he's there.
Man.
Yeah,
you should, man.
I wind up messaging him, and then I'm following him now on Instagram. So
he's a great guy, man. All the stuff he's doing, he does the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he does rock climbing with his daughter, he does all this stuff. I'm like, dude, how do you have the energy and just
he's older.
Go do it.
Yeah, he's in his 60s, right?
I think, he's in his 60s. I think he's in his 60s. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That dude, man, 60s. To do the stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man. Man. But brother, how do you feel When let's say your first time going into, were you nervous going into on the mat the first time? Was it more of in my gut nervous or my ego nervous or just like, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen nervous?
I equate it to jumping out of a plane the very first time.
Oh, okay.
So
Got it.
when I was in the military, I went to jump school.
Wow. Commend you for your service, brother.
Thank you. I got up, my first jump, man, I wasn't scared, nothing. I mean, it was jumped out of the plane, had a bad landing, it was okay because I just, I just didn't do it right, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I was just like, that's nothing. Second jump number two. Jump number two, I can feel my knees knocking. I mean, there's a
really.
Oh man, I was afraid. Yeah, like definitely afraid. And I was like, I just got to fall out of this plane. I just got to fall out. I was like, man, I'm already one in. I got 4 more to go. I said, I got to just fall out of this plane. And so I fell out. I hit the plane because I didn't jump out. I hit the plane, dislocate my shoulder.
Hit the plane?
Yeah, and then let me tell you something. That plane's hard. It's heavy. It's hard. So I hit it. It dislocates my shoulder, and then but it's attached to a static line, so a cable up there, so it pulls it out, and when my chute opens, it pops back in. I was like, oh, it was kind of like that. I really wasn't scared. And so I set that up. I say that to set this up. I really wasn't scared. Like I just was like, oh, okay, I've been wrestling around with these kids. I've been working. I've been thrown. I've been everything else. I'm like, okay, yeah. And just like and then we first start out with instruction. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then we take turns doing that to each other and everything else. And it's like, okay. And then I rolled the first time and then I got tapped. Oh, I tapped, and 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 I tapped. I thought it was Morse code for a minute there. It was like tap, 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 dash, tap, 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 dash, tap, dash, tap, tap, tap. In between the dashes were me getting a breather that they actually let me move for a second. And then the tap, 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 dash, dash, tap, tap, So it was, woo. Now the second roll then, so roll number 2 for the next 5 minutes, I'm like, I think it's time for me to do a fake injury because, man, I don't know if I want to go up against this guy. And that guy has a brown belt. So I know what this blue belt did to me. That brown belt, he looks like he's behind on a mortgage payment and he's ready to take it out on me. So, oh my goodness. And so it was just, yeah. And after that, it's just kind of like, even now, I get nervous, but I get excited at the same time.
Yeah.
And so it's that, the good feeling you want. It's like, okay, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Hey, we're going to go ahead and take care of this. Man, I learn a lot. And so, with the older guys that I roll with, we know we got to go work the next day. So, it's just, but that's the great thing about where I go is that, man, these guys, I start to, because now I'm actually starting to set things up and I'm moving around.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually learning, and then they'll be in the middle of it and then they'll get out of it and, or they'll reverse it on me. And then they'll stop, they'll sit up and they're like, hey, you were doing it right, but this is what you did wrong. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix it. And then they'll get right back to where they were. It's like, okay, I'm going to get right back where I was. They'll get right back where they were. He goes, now do this. And I go, and then, like either, a sweep or something like that. Then I throw a sweep and I end up there. I'm like, oh, he's like, it's that one little
that light
thing
comes on. Yes. Man.
So there's a lot of those I call them light bulb moments. There's a lot of light bulb moments that happen that just really just keep bringing me back. And it's a positive environment,
Yeah.
They all, and it's hard to miss because they're just like, coach, I want to roll with you. And it's just like, oh gosh, all right, here we go. I was like, I'm a white belt, right? I mean, I don't have to tell you this. I know I got a second stripe, but that doesn't mean I'm equivalent to your 4-stripe brown. So
that's right.
But no, they like my attitude. I'm teachable.
You have a great attitude for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for life, man. I love your attitude, man. That's good. I
love it. So it is addicting. It really is addicting. And so
it really is.
We So I roll around and do my best, and they they keep being patient with me, and and they're like, okay, they like to put themselves in bad spots with me. Like,
Yeah,
here,
that's
give me in
pretty
a
cool. Yeah.
guillotine, and I'm like, and I'm just like, and as I'm getting set up, I'm just like, I'm just shaking my head, and I'm like, look, man, you don't have to show off. I know your kids are here, but you don't have to show off like this. Now they get to practice on, they put me in an advantage, and they get to practice their skills.
Yeah. Well, it's a good
which
school
I
that
think
does
is
that,
great.
man. That's really good, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. So they want to put themselves in a bad spot so that they can practice getting out of it. And I take it as a huge honor that, these upper belts will roll with me even.
Yeah.
That they won't, I don't have to stick around and, I don't have to go and find, I don't know, somebody. But, I show them all the respect in the world. I appreciate them. I tell them thank you.
Yeah.
Just thank you, thank you. I mean, I feel like I'm just constantly saying thank you, or I laugh a lot.
Well, hey, that's what it's about, man. Having fun,
because
bro.
they'll get me in some of the sneakiest stuff, and I'm just like, oh, after I tap, I just start laughing. They're like, you all right? I said, yeah, never saw that coming. Oh, I never saw that. I was like, what? How did you do that? It's like, can you do it again? He was like, you want me to do it again? I was like, yeah, I can, because it happened too fast.
So, slow it down. Let me see what you did to me.
Hang on, let me get my glasses. Hang on a second. Right. Okay, now do it. I'm gonna put my hearing aid in so I can hear you.
You over there, take notes. Watch this.
Hey, can you film this? Hey, but do slow-mo so I can see it later.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
But, that's a good school that trains you that way, man. Because the higher belts training with you, rolling with you, it gets them better. You may not think so, or we may not think at these lower levels that we will get that they're going to learn anything, but it gets them better. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a big. How big are you? How much do you weigh roughly?
Well, hang on.
180. I think 180.
No, man, I weigh. Last time I weighed in, I weighed at 260.
Oh, you solid, man. Okay.
So when I first started, I was 295. I lost 35 pounds.
And you lost, wow.
35 pounds.
But you know what? Because it's a great exercise because you're flexing your muscle because you're fighting this guy off you all day. And you got the cardio going, man. So you're going to burn some fat, man. I know, man. That stuff, you burn some weight.
I sent you my picture of my first year one. Man, and I'm all like this. I look like I got stung by bees, man. I was like,
is he holding his breath on the picture?
Is he holding it? Because man. He doesn't look like that.
Oh, man. But you know what? You're changing, man. That's what you're changing. Martial arts, I tell anybody, man, get your kids in martial arts young. And as we get older, I think Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is probably the best training, best camaraderie for older guys. I really believe that, man. Yeah. Because think about this. Back in the day, you did some judo and stuff and some karate. And Hapkido. You did Hapkido also. You're not going to be getting, thrown around. You're not doing any flying kicks and all this other stuff.
Yeah. And I want to make sure I clarify, because I know sometimes people get a little, they allow things, but when I did all that other stuff, I did judo, karate. I mean, I was usually there for the free month lesson, and then I was done. I just wanted to clarify. I didn't want you to, no. I didn't want somebody to come. I was like, hey man, I want to take Coach Cal on some Hapkido. I was just like, hey, I'm an international black belt. I was just like, hey, I took the 2-week free class. So,
right.
I don't know if I'm of your quality. So I just want to put that out there before somebody sees that. Next thing you know, they're all like, I want to take him on. That's the guy I want to see. And I'm just like, which direction do I face?
Right. I saw a VH tape one day with that class on. That's what I did.
I did the Billy Banks.
Yeah, right. Disability. Oh my gosh. I actually saw him online, but maybe about a week ago, he was doing some stuff. I'm like, he's still out there kicking. Wow. Yeah, he wasn't doing his class. Trust me, he wasn't doing his Billy Blanks Jiu-Jitsu, whatever he was doing. He was teaching martial arts. I'm like, all right, Billy Blanks.
It's like, all right, man. Hey, man, he still got it, man. He can still rock it. So
he still got it, man. But it's funny how you mentioned that. When you I've been in martial arts since I was 8. I'm sure you heard some of the stuff there, and I've black belt in 2 different arts and did experience in all these different arts. And so when I first was looking for a place, when I said, I want to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm looking for a place. And it was the funniest thing, and it's just not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's just a mindset of all the guys out there. Because when I go in there, I talk to the instructor and, I tell them, hey, I'm a black belt in this, a black belt. But, I don't know this. I want to learn this. And a couple places I've gone to where they were like, "Oh, so you have a black belt from somewhere else. Let's put you through the test." And I'm like, I'm tied up in all kinds of knots. Like, this is not my art. I don't know what you're doing. I'm like, stop it. Wait. Oh man. But I ran into those, and I finally ran into Lake County Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and they were like, "That's awesome. We're gonna teach you this. Here's your white belt." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to start at a white belt." I was like, "Thank you, God, because I don't know what you guys are doing."
Oh,
Oh
I bet that was a wake-up call.
man, it was one of those. Because they called me on the one school. I tell you, I'm not gonna throw their name out there, but me and the instructor did have a little pop another day. You know what I mean? Like it was just because he was a big D word, a dick, and I wasn't as Christian as I am now. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but
Hey, I didn't say I was perfect.
there it is. There it is. So we go on to Matt, and I'm like, I'm just trying to learn this stuff, and because I like learning different arts. You know what I mean? You always learn something new. And I'm trying to learn this stuff, man. And this guy has been he was just being a capital jerk. He was doing stuff that I'm like, listen, I'm a white belt, and I don't know your style. I'm trying to learn. I had to pull him off a couple times. And then one thing led to another, and we had a little, fight. Altercation after the class on the mat, and his students saw what he wasn't capable of. Young guy, I was an idiot back then too, and I wasn't the nicest guy. So, but I did feel pretty good leaving that mat that day.
Oh yeah, it's like, and that's what people don't understand is that they can come in there and they can know everything, but if somebody doesn't know, man, and it's just because he like some of the guys that I know, they do judo, and they see where it helps out, and I see where it helps them out. It gives them an advantage in certain things. But my goodness, I mean, the other things, it's just, it's like learning a new language.
It is.
It's
really
a new
is.
language. So,
yeah,
kudos to
right.
you. Hot dog it. Oh yeah, that's the thing I say. I say hot dog it about everything. So hot dog it, man. Good. I'm glad that you still experiment and run around out there. And it's just that's really good. So I got a question for you. So
sure.
I know you asked tons of questions. What inspired you to do the podcast and hey, I want to talk to old men. I want to talk to old men, old women. and you don't want to struggle alone? Is that what you don't want
to? That's what it is, brother. I don't want to struggle alone. That's a good question, though. Why did I start this podcast? I actually started this as I just finished up a divorce. This was I've been divorced 5 years now, going on 6 years. And I had, I was going through a sad time, going through that process. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put a podcast together. Well, I wasn't even going to put it, just a journal, online journal about, because I went out and just started traveling everywhere, just started hitting the road, traveling, doing, because I was fortunate enough, we had another company that took care of us very well. So I was able to just go do what I'm going to do. And so I started doing that. And out and about, I just started meeting so many great people. Really, I really did, man. Great people, getting to talking to people and trying to do my journey. But I was like, it always ended almost every week. I'm back on the mat somewhere. You know what I mean? And I'm the oldest guy on the mat 9% of the times out there. I'm the oldest guy on the mat. And I don't know. I just started talking. It came as a joke, as I come into my gym and I'd be working with the guys. And they'd be like, here comes the old fart. I'm like, yeah, I'm the old guy on the mat, And then it started from there, man. And I realized as more guys out there like me still have something to give, we don't want to sit on the couch and just fade away.
Yeah.
We want to still be out there grinding. You know what I mean? So, and I met a lot of guys, you can tell by the podcast, I met a lot of guys like yourself who you would look at someone like us and think, they're whatever it is. But to see that you're still out there doing something, I hope that makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason, just to talk to more guys like me who still have more to give, still want to be out there training, still have things to offer to young bucks out there.
Yeah.
But that's why I did a long-winded answer. I just did it so I wouldn't be alone.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Yeah, no, that's a great answer. I like that because, I think, we have those different dispensations in our lives. And as one ends, another one begins. And so one of the things is kind of finding okay, I'm coming to the end of this one, like yours was your divorce. I'm coming to the end of this. I'm getting ready to start a new one. What does that look like? And so let me just say that, in this dispensation, having ran across your podcast, it's incredibly inspiring to me. It helps me to know, hey, you know what? There are other guys my age or older, like in Jerry's case.
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys out there, a lot of men and women who still, we have something to give. And we don't have to, we don't have to settle with what life, it's that fight inside of us. Man, I'm either gonna fight life, or I'm gonna let it take me down. And I'm just not gonna let it take me down. I'm just not a quitter. And I'm not allowed to quit. I wasn't allowed to quit. And I got taken back to Stanley's because I didn't get my 2-week notice. So
there you go. Exactly. You weren't allowed to quit. I like that, man. Yeah.
And so, so I think, I just want you to know that it's pretty inspiring that
thank you, man. I appreciate
from
that, man.
and then do something with it, and out of a negative, a positive comes out of it. And so, that's that's life. And that's what we can teach, young people, is that, man, it doesn't matter what age you are. You always have something to give. You always have something to give.
Man.
And then give it back.
You do. Yeah. Because, think about this. The Bible says, and God says, we have 120 years. A man should have 120 years. And I'm thinking, man, 60, 50, 70, that's midlife. We still got a lot left to give, brother.
We do.
I'm looking for all of them. I want all 120. I'm looking for every last one of them.
I might have cut off about 20 of them, but I'm still going to fight for what I have left. So, yeah.
Right.
So, but you're absolutely right. And man, as long as I can roll, it's one of those things, because once you start doing the math on the belt system, I'm just like, so if I stick with it, I'm like, whoo, man. I said, man, that's good. It's like, well, we finally, at our place, we finally had our first female black belt, which is a huge accomplishment. Yeah. So, and so I was like, oh, well, maybe I could be the oldest black belt. So,
so
there's a goal, there's a goal,
There it is, man.
Their oldest black belt, and
it's
then,
a good goal.
Then it becomes a challenge. Things change to challenge other people. So our first female black belt, man, guess what? The challenge is out there. We're ready for the next one and the next one. And then, so what, if I plan on sticking with it. So, if I do ever earn my black belt, then it's like, okay, guess what? At such and such an age, you can do it. I might be older when I start, but I can do it, and it's just, that's all, that's all it is. It's just, it's just replicating yourself. And John Maxwell wrote a book a long time ago.
Oh man, John Maxwell,
yeah, and it's called multiplication, I think is what it is, when you multiply yourself. Yeah, and once like the whole Roger Bannister that broke the mile.
Yeah, broke the record. Yeah, broke the record for the.
And then after that, like 4 people broke it.
Back to back, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And then it's one of those things of just like, and that's what I look at with this podcast of just. You are inspiring people to multiply themselves at their age, that they still have a lot to give. Just like, and that's why I just want to encourage you, man. You got a ton to give. Besides some beat
thanks,
boxing,
man. I'm telling you.
Cardboard boxes.
I appreciate that, man. We got to do some beatboxing. I love the cardboard boxing. Oh man, dude. But you're right, man. We have so much out there to give. And the funny thing about it, I get to meet some of these people. And as we're talking about these records, one of my episodes I did with, just had a brain fart. Oh my gosh. She broke world records. She did at 68 years old. I think she's 60. I think she's 68. I think she's around there. And she broke the push-up and the plank record, world record, Guinness World Record.
Okay, yeah, I remember the plank. I remember the plank record.
Yeah, and so just to see people like that that's doing that at those ages, man, I'm not trying to plank, but I can still show up on a mat somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, brother, I'm telling you, man. With your attitude, man, your attitude just blows me away, man. Because you're so positive. You really are, man. And I tell you that, that right there will get somebody far. Because we're talking off the air a few minutes ago before we got started about where we see things happening now. with a lot of the younger people now. And I personally think that's what's missing with our youth today. Not that they've changed and, well, they have because, but I just think they're missing so much positivity in their life, or that I can do it. I mean, we have so many safe spaces, and you know what? You can't get better by staying in that safe space. You really can't. You can't grow. You got to get some challenges to make you grow and all that kind of stuff, man. But don't get me rolling, because I'll just ramble.
Oh, well, it's interesting you bring that up, because I watched a video. Me too, man. I tell you what, if you ever are in this area and we go sit down, we have a drink or something like that, dude, let me tell you something, man. We'll just talk. Man, I
We'll
sit
just
down
talk all night, man.
I'll grill some steak, man. We'll just talk all day long. So
there you go, get some good bourbon. We'll be all day, man.
Yeah, I've got it. So, but I was watching a video, and it was a jiu-jitsu professor, and he has his black belt, and he was talking about the power of AI, and he said, what we do is we forget real life experience because we want to just have it instantly with AI. And so what he did was he brought a student out, and then he asked AI, hey, AI, show me how to sweep and get somebody off of me and I get on top. And so he gets there, he tells the kid, he's like, this is the guard. Okay, I'm in your guard. And he goes, I'm going to give you step by step what to do. And so he does. He reads literally step by step the AI, what AI says, how to sweep somebody. It was a pendulum sweep, how to pendulum sweep somebody and then get on top. And he goes, okay, walked him through it, had him set up and everything. He goes, okay, now do it. And the guy's just like, he's like, yeah, you don't know how to do it, right? He goes, now I'm going to show you how to do it. And then he walks him step by step, shows him where he goes, no, you need to grab higher. He goes, no, pick your leg up, bring it. And then next thing you know, that kid goes, he sweeps him, gets on top, and people start clapping. He goes, and that's the difference. He goes, that is what you miss with AI.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, man, real world experience is
that's right.
It's just
touch. Oh man.
So
that
it's
is
just
so true, man.
So there's a lot. I mean, there's some benefits from it. Don't get me wrong, but there's also just a lot of things that are missed. Kids just don't experience that, and that's kind of one of the tougher things in teaching school. That everybody's scared. Everybody doesn't feel safe. Everybody just like and I understand. Guns change that for everybody, in school and all that, that change, where everything else was just like, hey, I'll meet you at the flagpole or I'll meet you at the bike rack. And then you duked it out. And then he was like, all right, hey, shake hands. Like, you know what? I guess you can kick my ass. All right, well, all right.
Right.
I'm going to be your friend now. So,
exactly. That's what we did, man, back in the day. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it, man.
That was it. It's just like, hey, man, I heard you went up against Tommy. Yeah. Yeah, popped me right in the face. Guess what? I didn't want to fight anymore.
That's right. He wasn't fighting anymore. He won that.
Yeah, but I'm going over to Tommy's house later. We're going to play Risk. So he became my good friend now because I want Tommy to make sure he's got my back.
Could you think about, what was it Richard Pryor said in one of his, he was doing one of his monologues on back in the day when he was doing his comedian, but he had to stop and did his monologue. He said, what was wrong with the kids, even at that time? He said the kids, when they started pulling out guns and stuff, no one knew how to take an ass whipping anymore.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what it was.
Yeah.
They couldn't take it. So they get a gun and they make it so final. And it's like, oh, man, that's so true, man.
As you were saying that, I thought you were going to talk about remember the Eddie Murphy stand-up when he got hit in the face? And he was at the club and he got in a fight.
Yeah.
He goes, I hadn't been hit before. He goes, if we're in a movie, I'm going to kick your ass because I'm the star. He goes, but man, this guy just, poof. And but
that's a problem now. No one's been punched in the face in a long time.
And then what is Mike Tyson's? Everyone has a plan
until they're punched in the face.
Until they're punched in the face.
Plan goes out the window.
So true. Yeah.
That is so true, man.
Everybody has a plan until they're in the arm bar.
There you go. Till you're sitting in side control and you can't get out. Or getting mother's milk.
Oh man. And they're just like, hey, just remember, you're not supposed to be on your back. I'm like, I can't let you.
Tell him that. Tell him that.
Stop pushing at his chest. I can't reach his hips. It's just, like, I'm trying, just like, hey, can we get a
We just
timeout for a
love it
second?
when you.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Breathe through your nose. Breathe through your nose.
Yeah. We
Just
just love it when
always
they're on the
wait on my
sideline
solar
telling you.
plexus.
They're like, just do this. Come on, do this, do that. You're like, I'm doing everything you're saying. It's just not
I said,
working.
I'm kicking my leg. I'm spindle and sweeping. I'm doing everything. And I'm bridging. I'm
Oh,
turning
I'm
as I
bridging.
bridge.
I'm turning.
What more? You know what? Give me that broken Coke bottle.
We can get them off.
I'll get him off me then. Like,
Oh,
aha.
man.
Found
Aha.
the, then it's like, so then it goes into, we'll go back to wrestling. Remember, because you don't see, I haven't seen it in forever, but when they would reach into their trunks, they'd have their back to the ref and they'd put something on their hand. And it just, yeah, that's what I got to do. I got to reach into my gi and go like that.
Get
Oh,
the brass knuckles and come back. I remember those
and
things.
then throw it out in the audience. Like, oh,
The ref, he's looking for it, like, what was that?
how do you get out of it? And I'm like this. I'm like, I don't know.
That's right. I don't know.
I threw it over in the audience.
That was some good stuff, man. Wrestling,
Yeah.
man, used to be, I don't know how it is now. I haven't watched it forever, but man, like Angel Medina, man, that was some good stuff, man. Watching that stuff, man. It was so entertaining. Just so entertaining, man.
So because like once again, tangents, man. I can go, man. I remember we went to Rocky Johnson, Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
Oh my gosh, Dick the
old
Bruiser, remember that?
Bruiser Brody. Oh, did you ever see that episode of Dark Side of the Ring? He got murdered.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I had no clue. What was it, Puerto Rico or something like that?
Yep. What the heck happened though, man? Holy cow.
Yeah, and then the police were like, nope, we didn't see anything. Innocent. That dude got away with murder.
It was crazy, man. It was all over the place. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
But hey, man. But a lot of these guys listen to that. They're like, who? What? Was it on Netflix?
Oh, man. Yeah. And then, because I used to watch Houston wrestling with my grandfather. So.
Really?
Oh, man. Yeah. I tell you what, it's just. Seeing Ric Flair back in his day, because he was NWA wrestling then.
He was the stuff, man. Ric Flair, boy, he come out flaring.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's not flaring as much now, but he still does what he can. That's a guy you need on Old Man on the Mat.
Oh my gosh, I would love to reach some of those guys, man. And like I said, my mom, she used to watch them all. That was her jam.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Tony, turn on my wrestling. Turn on my wrestling. I was like, all right, Mama.
And Tony Atlas. Remember Tony Atlas?
No, that name sounds familiar, but I don't remember. How was he dressed?
He had won like Mr. Atlas.
And I probably know if I said, what was he dressed
You need to
as?
look him up. That dude is huge. He was huge, man. He was like, I guess, like the Ronnie Coleman of way back there. And I think that was in the 70s too. So.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar, though, but I mean, if I see a picture, because I'm great with I know that character. I know that guy. I know whoever it was.
Yeah, once you see the picture, you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah.
So, but.
Man. But yeah, man, like we're talking about with the kids and everything that's going on nowadays, I think, once again, I don't want to sound like that old fart. Hey, get off my lawn, back in my day, but we like you say, right? We grew up, we were feral kids. We talked about that earlier, man. We were get out of the house, don't come back till the street light comes on, But nowadays, kids don't go out as much, man. I see it all the time, man. I see it all the time. I think we're missing a lot, man.
It's sad, and I know, the biggest switch for me, and this is where things get a lot of controversial, the whole gender thing, and I don't know where people stand, and I just if that's what, if you want me to call you a pillow, I'll call you pillow, whatever. I'm not gonna, some people want to, that's the molehill they want to die on. They're like, your name is whatever, just like, hey man, it could be a phase, could be whatever, but one of the funniest things in that for me, I happen to be with one of my coaches from football, is we had somebody identified as a female, and they had a skirt on and everything else, and they were come running up to class, and I was talking to this coach, and And anyway, he was going to his class. I came and visited him for a second. And kid comes running up, and then somebody does something, swings a bag or something like that, hits him right in the crotch. And kid goes, "Oh, my balls." And I was like, I didn't think you had any. So, and then the other coach is just rolling. And he looks at me. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, you do. My fault.
Yeah,
That's
my
all right,
bad.
coach. That's all right." And he went inside. And I was just like, "Hey, man, he's wearing a skirt. He came in, he's got long hair and everything else." I was like, I didn't think he had any.
Oh
So
my
what do
God.
you do? You know?
That's perfect, man. That's perfect,
So,
dude.
you know, you
Oh
just do
my
what you do,
God.
you know, and then
Yeah. Don't you know,
that's where
I
my
have a feeling
wife
about
goes. Oh, wait,
what's
what?
that? Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying, that's where my wife goes. She goes, "Man, you get away with a lot of things." I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised that you could do so much with a great smile on your face.
Yeah, yeah,
You get
it
away with
is.
so many things.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it is. It is just like, "Hey, I think he just insulted me." It's like, "Did he?" It's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think he
I
did.
think he did. Yeah, he did. I think he
I think
called me
he did.
retarded."
You know, we were talking, you were mentioning about the transgender and all that stuff. And once again, whatever, where everybody stand, they stand where they are. But you know, I just look at it and just I'm a simple guy. I'm very simple. A is B. A and B. They're what it is. Nothing else. I just honestly think we lost the generations when we start pulling God out of the principles, pulling God out of everything, putting God out of the school and things like that. That's just my opinion because I think there's no morality anymore. There's no morality. They don't respect not this. Most people don't respect life anymore. And it's like what do you say? Satan brings confusion. You know, and I don't want to make this a preaching session. Let me get my white collar on.
Just a second. The Reverend Tony is here.
Reverend Tony Jones. Got a gold tooth.
It's like, got a gold microphone. I'm telling
There
you.
you go.
There we go.
You guys put your tithes in the plate. But you know, I just have my beliefs on things, and I just think we missed it somewhere. We've and it's. Do we say it's our fault the generation's like it is? I don't know. You know whose fault it
Yeah,
is. You know.
yeah. I hear you, and also, so I'm not gonna challenge that, but I'm going to go just to.
Challenge you whatever
I'm
you
gonna
do, man.
no. It's not you. It is a challenge, but it's my challenge of two people.
Okay.
So they can tell me I can't pray with my athletes. They can tell me I can't talk about Christ. They can tell me all these things. I get it. I get it. You got to have a stand somewhere. I get it. You got, we can't, and I'm not, I teach government, so I understand all religions. I get it. But as now, as a man of faith, I'm just like, hey, we went to state duels a couple of years ago in Wichita Falls with my girls team. And I was just sitting there. We're meeting before the actual tournament, actual tournament started the next day. And I'm just sitting there, my wife's in there because, it was all girls. And I was just kind of telling, was like, hey, I just want you to, to be, calm about it. Hey, it's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be excited, but get after it. I said,
Yeah.
I feel the same way as you do. I said, as a matter of fact, I said, we have to learn how to step out of our boxes and do things that are uncomfortable for us. I said, so I'm going to do something uncomfortable. I said, you might notice that Coach Cal, I said, yeah, I'm not perfect, but you know what? I said, but I recently, I accepted Christ in my life as my Lord and Savior. I said, and I just want to tell you that if you ever wonder why sometimes I can handle the things I do, yeah, I could tell you it's me. I said, but the truth about it is that it's God that gives me the strength to be able to do what I do and how I do it. I said, some of the ideas and things I think of, I said, it's God. I said, it is totally God. I said, and if you don't know him and if you want to get to know him, guess what? Miss Bowles, that's my wife. We'd be happy to talk to you. And man, I'd be happy to direct you to who my Savior, Lord Jesus Christ is. And then
That's awesome, man.
we'll pray. Man, I'll sit there. I was like, okay, guys. I said, you don't have to agree. You don't have to believe. We're going to pray before we get started. And then we'll pray and then we'll go wrestle. You know what? And then I told my class at the beginning of the year, I said, hey, I'm going to tell you right now. I said, I realize there's a lot of religions in here and maybe those who don't follow, but I've accepted Jesus Christ in my life because he's my Lord and Savior. I said, and he's the director of my life. I said, and I make no apologies for it. I make zero apologies for it. And any of you ever have a question, hey, man, I'm the guy to talk to because I'm going to shoot straight with you as somebody who doesn't have it all figured out. And I'm going to tell you what it is. And I'm going to tell you what you need if you ever want to know. So some of it falls back on us. Yeah. So just because somebody says you can't do it, we don't have to capitulate to everything so easily. That's the other thing. That's the thing.
That's it. You hit the nail right on the head, brother.
You can tell me I can't do it, but then it comes to I don't know where it's at in the Bible. It's like, do we obey God or do we obey man? And you know what? That's it's like, oh, it's A or B, no problem. I know what I got to do now.
There you go.
And it's my choice then. Yeah. Do I understand
everything is your choice? That's right.
Yeah. Do I understand there could be some repercussions for it? I'd be happy to explain how I did it and the environment I did it in and my understanding of, I said, you want me to talk about the other religions? I said, I'd be happy to. I said, but you know what? I'm going to get a shot to talk about mine.
There you go. Exactly. You know, but what you're doing there, the way you're doing it, or whatever you choose to do it, you're not worried about the consequences. And I think us as Christians, or I won't even say as Christians, but morality, all those things, we're afraid of consequences. So what do? We shut up. We put things in our pocket. We just, I'm not going to rock the boat. You can't live like that because how can you be comfortable with yourself that way if you're always worried about what somebody's going to think of you or whatever?
Again, the responsibility falls to us. It's my choice.
Yeah.
And you know, and I don't know. You know, it's always good to hear somebody like when you were just talking about it. Just, you know, that's the thing. I don't have to make it easy for them. I don't have to make it easy for them to oh, wait, hang on, I have my serious face on because I am serious about it. I don't have to make it easy for them, you know?
No.
Like you tell me to do something, I don't have to make it easy for you. As a matter of fact, I have a counter for everything you're about to tell me.
There you go.
And then I said, I'm going to love you through it. And
there it is.
And whether you're right or wrong, I said, I'm going to tell you what, you can't change my mind.
There you go. There you go. I like it. And we all know who's right at the end. That's how I look at it. You know, I told a friend of mine, this was years ago. I was like, we were talking about, and he was like, he doesn't believe and blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to talk to him about it and talk to him about Christ and tell him why I think the way I think. And it just came to the point, you know, he was stubborn. I get it. You stay where you are. I'm stubborn on what I believe. I just told him, I said, hey, listen, when it's all said and done, if I'm wrong, I have nothing to lose, not one thing to lose. If you're wrong, you have everything to lose.
So I did. Well, guess what? I did become a worm buffet. All right.
All right, what am I losing?
Yeah, exactly. But then I wake up and I'm like, hey, can somebody cut the heat down here? I made a wrong choice.
That's right. I thought you guys were giving out asbestos suits. I need one of those.
It's like, it's awfully hot in here. Is that just me? I was like, I need to talk to management about the heat in this place.
Brother, you got me going, man. I'll tell you, see, this is why I love conference. This is why I love talking to, you know, anybody. I love talking to guys like yourself where we can just banter back and forth and be ourselves. And as you can tell, that's what I hope this podcast has always been. Everybody's just being themselves. You know, like I told you before, I have a plan. I have things I want to cover. I don't think I've touched any of them. Just, hey, you and me just having a good time, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
I love your format, and man, I'm working on catching up on all your podcasts. So as I drive to work back and forth, you know,
thanks, man.
You know, I'm catching up on them. So they're good. There's that one young kid that man, I just start just rolling these stories out. That one young kid, he's got his dad taught him karate.
Oh,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
exactly
the
one I'm listening to right now. Yeah,
that's
the one I'm listening to now. Then I finished listening to the one where, man, I just felt bad for him. You know, every place he set up to do jujitsu, him and the owner didn't get along. And then he went to another place. And, you know, and he's just kind of like, well, all right. You know, just kind of went along his own thing. But, man, you got some great ones. Man, I don't know where you find these people from, but, man, I tell you what, they're just awesome.
I just literally find them like we found each other, man. Just guys just trying to I don't know. I get attracted to certain things out there, certain people. I watch some stuff they're doing. I'm like, I want to talk to that guy, or I
Yeah.
want to talk to that girl. You know what I mean? And so you and I connected over. You saw Jerry's podcast, man, and it was like, man. And more I looked into you, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be good. This is gonna this is gonna be good. Brother, I appreciate you, man. And I know you got to run and we got to get out of here, man. But I just say thank you for everything that you brought some to me today. You really did, man. You warmed my heart today. Your attitude, your personality. You know, I learned from you. I really did, man. It sounds crazy. I'm not trying to blow sunshine up your ass or anything like that, but it's all true, man. I learned from you today. I like your attitude. I like your personality. I've always been told, Tony, you have a great positive personality, but compared to yours, I need to adapt a lot of that, man. I like it, brother. I like it.
Let me tell you something, bro. This is recent. Oh, this is nothing. This is nothing new. I mean, this is new. Like I was that asshole.
Yeah.
Just
that's right.
I did it my way, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. At the end of the day, when I lay my head down there and realize I'm the only person in my world, even with my kids, I just I isolated myself, and it's just like I can't live this way. And then the huge thing, the big change, of course, is Jesus Christ, and that just now I'm just like, hey, I'm still gonna mess up, but hot dog it, I'm gonna have an amazing time doing it with a great attitude and knowing the fact that Christ is my Savior. So
praise God, brother. I'm with you, man. Brother, you've touched me today. I tell you. Man, there you go. Brother, you are awesome, Coach Cal. You are the man, the myth, the living legend.
When they stop hopping back and forth.
Hopping back and forth, you're catching the Holy Ghost, running out and back and down.
I did that, my knee would give out, so I can't do that.
Right?
You're
thought I was healed, Jesus.
And then he's just like, hey, we're going to have to do, hang on, we're going to break from this podcast. I got to call 911 or call Coach Cal's wife because he is down for the count.
He is down.
And you just see this. All you would see is this.
Oh my gosh, man. Brother, you are awesome, man. Hey, brother, before you get out here, tell everyone how they can get a hold of you, man. All your contact information that you're willing to give out.
Man. Hey, if you want to follow a struggling person who loves to tap out, who doesn't love to tap out, who has no choice but to tap out. Let's see. I'm on Facebook, but I mostly deal with Instagram. I just find that a more friendly user format. But I'm under the Coach Cal, the Coach _Cal. You can also follow us, our wrestling at South Hills _wrestling. And I'm at where I work out at, where I do jiu-jitsu at Silverback BJJ FW and Silverback _wrestling _Fort Worth. So everything's Silverback. So pretty easy for you to remember. I mean, with your gorilla on you, with the Silverback on your shirt.
Right, with the gorilla.
Yeah.
Or I'll just listen to this again and write it down.
Yeah. It's like, what was that again? Oh, yeah, there it is. Here we go.
There it is. Well, brother, this has been awesome, man. I'm telling you, you have such a great attitude. I've said that before, man. I appreciate you taking the time to just share yourself with us, man. But, guys, that has been Coach Cal. He's the man, the myth, the living legend. Make sure you reach out to him, find him out there so you can get him on the mat some more. And then we'll go from there, brother. But I appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon. We'll do number 2 soon, my friend. I can't wait for it, man.
Hey, after I compete, man, after I have my first competition, I'll reach out to you and say, hey, guess what? Yeah, it's a lot harder than it looked.
All I say is this. Practice this hand. That's it. It'll be easy, man. That's it.
If I'm going to do it with both. If I can do it with both, I'm going to do it with both. Oh yeah, you're going to feel the taps coming.
Is he having a seizure?
Oh, no, he's not. He's either having a seizure or he's telling somebody to steal second base.
There you go. There you go. Oh, brother, you're awesome, man. But we'll talk soon,
Tony,
my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a great time. Yeah,
hey, man, I appreciate it, bro. Take care of yourself. Talk soon.
Yes, sir. All right,
bye. All right, bye.
Lines on my face like cracks in the road. Still chasing fire through the years half slow. Weights on my back, sweat